Showtime family. I'm very excited about it, a little bit nervous about it, especially since they kidnapped us and put us in some kind of a dungeon.
I know, when I got in, I hooked the left. I think it was 2-1 in Lewis. Some brothers were shooting dice. I was like, let's do this, you know?
This is really, all right. You ready, sir?
I'm ready, bro. Let's do it. Living life without fear. You putting 5 carrots in your baby girl's area?
I certainly am. You know what he is?
Well, you know why he might...
No. Here's what he is. He's the new Diaz brother.
Well, that's what I was going to say.
He's the Nate to the Connor.
You kind of got in the middle of this. I'm going to say I'm in the second trimester of my point right now. All right, the head's coming. Believe me, he has an opportunity to pass the Diaz brothers right now. Stop trying to think that rankings or these fake interim titles matter. He's hot right now. It's like that
he's the hottest welterweight, right?
Right, it's like that jam in middle school. Put that single tape cassette in, ABC, Playground, or Aisha, which one were you?
You are old.
All right. Well, just play that song, right? Play your hits, man.
Chaco Santos becomes the first person in UFC history with John Jones to take a scorecard on the judge's scorecard.
Really, the first person to get a decision against Jones since what? The Albuquerque Police Department?
All right, here's the problem. If you look at, for example, Daniel Cormier, who sits atop the pound-for-pound rankings, his only losses are to other top pound-for-pound guys. Well, really, one guy, obviously.
And some picograms.
John Jones.
Yeah, can you compare men's and male and female fighters on that level and this type of criteria? I'm not saying go make me a sandwich. I'm saying, can you actually compare this, all right?
You can make me a goddamn sandwich. Well, Brian, how are you doing, my friend?
Hashtag fired up and well caffeinated.
First of all, thank you to everyone who watched. Again, I don't think it was the best stoppage. I do think Duran to me should have been afforded another chance.
All right, you brought up a good point, though, in the middle of that rant.
Which
I'm
was
going to do something we don't normally do, which is cut you off, all right? Right now, I got a shiv under this table if you're not going to let me do it. But my point is this. So it's all going against her. But she's the one laughing now. Because, look, you remember when you were a young, prime Luke?
No.
No beard, like mid-20s, right?
I mostly exist in a haze of being hungover.
Post-Marines, angry, listening to a lot of new metal.
Yeah.
Trying to, slaying and banging. You know what I'm saying right there? And sometimes, look, you may not call a girl back. You may break her heart, right? But guess what happens? You go to the doctor's office the next week. You find out that same girl got a job as the nurse right there.
Dude,
and now you have to deal with her. This is what's happening with the UFC right now. They want nothing to do with GDR, but she's the only one left standing who's got a pulse. And by the way, she looked good in the 16 seconds on Saturday night. Go back and watch the Rocky Pennington fight. She looked even better. So we're in a world where there really is no fairness. So you got to just roll the balls out. Yes, it's a deep division now. There's other guys I want to see.
Dude,
but
you are high.
Hear me out. I'm not high though. Not high though, okay? I'm not crazy. I'm just a little unwell. But hear me out for 1 second, okay? You can say what you want about Elkins as an opponent. He'll test you in a certain way, right? If you don't kill him, he may end up getting up in that ass by the end of the fight.
Speaking
of septic tank there, but ultimately, why Hall impressed me the most, from sort of a touching your heart perspective, I thought Ryan Hall's performance jumped off the screen in terms of creativity, in terms of involvement. Look, we've never seen him lose in the UFC. We kind of forgot about him because he disappeared for 2 years, but got smart guys in his corner and for us and Kenny Florian. And in the end, dude, he was doing Mr. Miyagi type stuff there. It was very efficient. It was very calm. It was very just sort of slip out of the way this way and kind of come with these crazy rolls. I'm interested to see if he can keep getting better, where he actually fits in. I don't like the idea of him going up to 155, but at featherweight, I wonder how his style would work against the very elite if he can keep winning.
I agree. Also, I don't think evolvement is a word.
Dude, I'm making things happen here, all right? You can.
Dude, RDA took such a risk with this fight, and you can see why fighters don't do that, because it blew up in his face. He didn't get mauled, but everything he was working towards, because you had only Colby Covington, only Jorge Masvidal, and only Kamaru Usman as the champion, then Tyron Woodley in front of him. That's it. So he was right on that precipice. I thought if you won this fight, Brian, you would have had RDA versus Tyron Woodley. Who else would he have fought? And now he loses to someone who was outside the top 10. Oh my God. So
funny that you would use the terminology blew up in his face when he did have that 70s adult film mustache, and the problem in that fight over 5 rounds, the money shot never came in. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, and that's the thing you'd like to say. You certainly may.
Dominic Cruz did a great job on the broadcast on Saturday night, sort of explaining.
He always does.
But explaining to a donk like me who can't do the math on the screen like Professor Salt and Pepper over here, and I sort of started to see things. I was only listening to Leon Edwards fights before, but because of Dominic Cruz, I was hearing Jimmy. You know what I'm saying? You know where I'm going with this right now?
Yes, right. Finish your point.
I just did.
Oh, all right. Well, nevertheless.
I don't want you to roll on before we say how good Dan Hooker looked, though.
Yes.
I mean, is this the biggest win by a hooker since Heidi Fleiss became a crossover celebrity?
I like your super 80s, 90s dated references.
Look, part of boxing promotion is lying. It's not lying. It's part, it's fudging things. It's removing the wrinkles. It's basically like a Playboy spread in a lot of ways, right? You can dip your hand in that. There's this word, Luke, that the old scholars used to use, like 18th century English, evolvement. This is Walt
It turns out that actually is a word, by the way.
This is Walt Harris's evolvement period, because you gotta take him serious now.
All right. Well, that is it.
Hey, what are we on, week 4 of the show?
Episode 4.
We've made a lot of changes. I mean, we started alone, listless, breakfast table in an otherwise empty room, but it's coming together.
People have noted your 90s lyrics enthusiasm is pretty great. So can you
Didn't
ever
Robbie look like Woodley did against Usman? Wasn't that the same thing?
Right.
You're waiting for Woodley to wake up and go for broke, and it was never there.
Because he's spamming you with offense. How can you get your defense beyond just stage 1, stage 2?
It's like when you try to illegally stream a pay-per-view and you got all these like Russian sex things dropping up on your laptop. It's that same type of thing.
You got to get a Mac. They have less of the spamware that you're affected by.
All right,
Back at that scrum in Baltimore, you can hear on the video,
yes,
the 172, it is me and Ariel Helwani and John Morgan questioning him about this. I was there. You can hear my voice on the video.
2 quick questions. Was John Morgan wearing the blue shirt, and was he allowed to ask the first question?
Does he not ever wear the blue shirt? There's a bear shit in the woods.
Do you think he listens to that metal band you do called Dying Children?
Dying Fetus. You act like this band is some marginal dirtbag band. This is one of the best bands in metal.
I could see you two having more in common than you realize.
Look,
you and Uncle
I
Dan,
know that you think headbanging to Matchbox 20 is like apex masculinity.
Wow.
But on this side of the table, we get busy with actual metal. Okay, in any event, moving on. This coming weekend, I believe, the UFC heads to Uruguay, I believe Montevideo.
You can just call it Uruguay. You and John Adnick doing the Udu. I mean, come on.
That's how it's pronounced.
I mean, this is America. I'm not trying to go all Colby
Right, but if you asked people how do you pronounce Uruguay from Uruguay, they're going to say Uruguay. That's how you pronounce it.
It's Uruguay, all right?
But it's actually not Uruguay, it's actually Uruguay.
Right.
That's how you say it. You know that, right?
That's all right.
Repeating how native speakers say the name of their own country is not a problem. It's actually the way we should do
things. I have to check my Columbia House subscription to see if they have dying children. Maybe that will maybe that will culture me a little bit better.
So my enthusiasm, I would say, is still high, but here's my hunch. If you're a 9.5 and I'm 7.5, my hunch is that the fight's going to come out around 8, 8.5. So probably a little bit closer to you, and that's the middle point. But I'm saying it'll probably be better than I'm giving it credit. Maybe not quite as good as you are.
What fuels your flaccidity?
40 years on Earth. So the interesting part is, if he gets taken down, Colby's going to get banged on.
You trying to say teams that press hate being pressed? Is that where this is going?
I'm saying both guys are similar. They have a key difference, but one has never really quite faced the other. That's going to be the
one hasn't quite faced the pain.
Please leave. And it is time for Morning Kombat. My name is Luke Thomas. I'm the host of this program, joined by my co-host. You know him from CBS Sports, as well as gas stations around the Northeast, the one and only Brian Campbell. How was your weekend, Brian?
Fired up. Well caffeinated, MK Ultra back in your life, ready to brainwash the combat minds out there? Or you're not that guy.
Here's the ultimate proof of the CBD thing. Him smoking it is one. Again, the value in smoking that is that it's technically legal, right? But there's a certain counterculture imagery to it, so it actually cuts both ways. But rather than a fighter being a company guy and following the UFC's lead, even with the CBD thing, not so much this one, but with after UFC 205 when he was smoking it and it caused this uproar. Well, now the UFC is in the CBD business. He leads his own path and then drags the UFC with him. And
how about his sense of mind to puff, give, and share with the fans? I mean, look, life is demanding Luke without understanding, but this weekend Dana White saw the sign. I mean, it opened up his eyes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, you are awful.
It's the 3 F's, bro, okay? Football, food, and family. That's all you need in life, all right? And if you don't play a backyard football game at your thing, and if you don't go to your high school's, morning Thanksgiving game, then you didn't grow up the right way.
Right? I guess I didn't grow up the right way then, because I don't want to see anybody from high school. First of all. Second of all.
Who were you in high school? Why are you so avoiding of going back to the past? Like, who hurt you?
No, it's not about hurting. I wouldn't mind seeing my friends from high school, but like, dude, I grew up or I didn't grow up, but I went to high school the last 2 years, the school I graduated from. I grew up, I'll even say it, Marietta High School in Marietta, Georgia. It was, how do you explain this? Imagine a bunch of people from a zero place who think that zero place is special, but they don't know it because they're zeros. It's like that. Like there's people who call themselves like, I'm from old Marietta. You read at a 5th grade level. Why is that a thing? Who cares? These are people who, look, here, have you ever fried a turkey?
No, I have not.
What, dude? You never fried a turkey? You're sitting here talking about Thanksgiving? If you've never had fried turkey, you don't know shit about turkey. There's one way to eat turkey. Fry it or chuck it in the garbage. These morons who, I can't tell you how many homes I've been to. I'm going to go to so-and-so's Thanksgiving dinner. And they cook this bird to the point where it's like this fucking drywall back here. Why would you eat this food?
Because if you're going to talk about Thanksgiving dinner and lead with turkey, then you don't have good Thanksgiving dinner.
It's the centerpiece of the meal.
It's a ceremonial centerpiece, like Santa Claus is the ceremonial centerpiece for people that don't celebrate the Christian side of Christmas. Then that's what it is. But the real thing is the fixins, bro. You put them together, they mish together, it becomes one big slot fest.
Here's what we're gonna do.
Plate.
We need to find a way to get together for Thanksgiving. I'm gonna show you how it's actually done. Okay?
Can you show me how they do it in the Middle East? I would love to eat.
I don't know, from the Middle East, D-bag. My dad's American. My brother and my sister open and own a restaurant. They can cook.
All right, invite me down there for Thanksgiving.
Come down, I'll show you. You know, we don't eat fucking turkey.
You got backyard football
fucking
in those parts?
yard birds that you're sitting there eating.
You got touch football in the backyards in those parts?
You and I can. My family, they're haters on football.
Right,
I have to watch
we'll play one-on-one. That's great.
All right, but we can toss it, you know what I'm saying? We can then drink some.
Did you play high school football, or did you at least live in that?
I played for a year, but in the Deep South, I don't care about that kind of stuff. It's just, you know. Again, I'm from Old Marietta. Please stay in Old Marietta while I go on and do things with my life. All right.
Luke Thomas on assignment in Greater D.C. Something about jury duty, maybe standing trial. Murder may have been the case that they've given him, but great to have you here.
Oh, it's good to be back.
I'm not sure, Chuck, looking back at this, whether a lot of talking in circles and we didn't learn anything, or if you can put on your psychologist cap maybe, dig through a little bit. I'd like to hear what you got from it. I'm going to pass you the microphone first so you can bust like a bubble. Did Connor actually say anything here? He was hoping to come back this summer. He was even looking at potentially a July card at Madison Square Garden. He brought up the name Justin Gaethje as a possibility. We didn't know necessarily about that hand injury that had pushed him off of that. But we wanted to come out of here feeling like there's the spark back. That it's the old guy. I mean, backbeat, the word is on the street, Connor, that the fire in your heart is gone. And I'm not asking you to be my Wonderwall or anything, but what I'm saying is I want to come out of that feeling like there's still some version of that same guy. I wanted to close with one thing.
All right.
This weekend, just chilling.
You got very serious.
Barbecuing, and when I get out there, crack a beer, and I'm barbecuing in the backyard, the last days of summer, cool breeze, dogs running all around, I'm putting 90s music on. It's the way I roll, it's the way I get down. Had this debate with my neighbor, wanted to ask you if you agree. I'm not asking you the best song of the 1990s.
Oh my God.
You could go Black by Pearl Jam, and I'll fight you if you want to argue on that. It's just one of those. But the most 90s song in history, the song that the second you hear it, you're mentally back in like 1997 in your car driving around or whatever. I think the most 90s song ever.
Orinoco Flow.
Semi-Charmed Life by Third Eye Blind.
I just heard that last night. That's funny. I just heard that on my satellite.
That's the most 90s song, and I think it would probably make a top 10 of best 90s song too in terms of quality.
Interesting.
You're gonna back me on that? You're more big of a.
I will say that that is. So when I hear that song, it is so very 90s that it does remind me 100% of that decade. I will say that. I don't know if I would put it as like my song of the decade or anything like that.
I think the second I hear that, man,
you're just right back. It just zooms you right back.
The four right chords could make me cry. You know what I mean? But when I'm with
zooms you back to when you're a teenager. In the 90s?
Oh, yeah. Community college, 1985 Chevy Celebrity. You know, a lot of crazy things happened in that car. Maybe we'll have time later in the show. I'd love to hear parenting tips from a guy who plays dying animals around the house as the kid's just growing up.
My daughter's first concert, this is true story, when she was in utero, was Dying Fetus. That is not an exaggeration. I took my pregnant wife to a Dying Fetus concert.
Was she born inside a swimming pool, like the cover of
Nirvana?
Nevermind?
No, all natural. Sibley Memorial. All right, man, you ready to get this started?
That's pretty gross. Let's talk mixed martial arts.
Ready to get this started?
The way that they're doing it is so fan-friendly, and I know there's a whole BMF spin-off that I want to have this talk with you, but just at its core of what this fight is, a main event. And for anyone saying, this fight doesn't have a storyline, though, there's no hatred. I don't need hatred in storyline. That is for pro wrestling. I get down for pro wrestling, all right? I give a shout-out to my brothers on welfare down there, right? BC cares if no one else cares, even though we can't talk about it on this show. I just want Ruiz to find out the very greatness that's inside of him. I don't know if he can do it in 3 months.
I will just say this lastly, because we got to move along. Again, they're killing us back there. But
whoever is in your ear, I mean.
You know who's in my ear. You know who's in my ear.
I mean, it's a blues riff in B. Watch me for the changes.
His name rhymes with Schmay.
Try to keep up. All right.
The point being is, okay, last but not least, how do you eat your steak? There's only one answer to this. Maybe 1.5 answers to this. Please tell me you eat your steak like a refined human being, not some kind of barbarian, like Romulus and Remus style. What do you think?
I was a uncultured person for most of my life, Luke. I don't know if you can.
I can't believe it.
I don't know if you can tell that I grew up in a hard factory town with an urban edge to it.
Did you?
That it made me who I am today. This hard worker who can eat
Did you Eminem from 8 Mile?
Who can eat out of a convenience store at any time?
Did you
and
Papa
be
Doc?
fulfilled. I've learned in recent years what men do, what real life is.
And what is that?
That is a bloody ass steak.
That's right. How do you have it cooked?
I like to carve off what I want and ride the rest home.
Good.
It's a Dennis Leary joke. I know you hate him.
Yeah, no, I like Dennis Leary. That's no cure for cancer, right?
Yeah, it's my favorite moment of comedy history.
Dude, you are stuck in the 90s in a sort of alarming kind of way.
Luke, once I went pink, I mean, Aerosmith wrote a song about how great it is, right? Once I mean, you can't go back, Luke. You know what I mean? Once you just get in there.
You're gonna get us fired with this shit. The answer is medium rare and rare are the only two acceptable answers. If you get your steak medium, you're a Visigoth. If you get it medium well or well done, and I want to be clear that you deserve to be killed in front of your loved ones.
Oh.
That is how awful you are. You have the palate of a toddler, and you are ruining America.
Luke, so you would be fully against using A1 or ketchup at any point?
Right? I'm being serious for a moment. Do you understand how the flavor works? To the extent you cook it, right? You cook out the flavor past a certain point.
Yes.
Certainly past
you're
so
right,
the reason why you're putting on A1 is because you
don't have a good
cooked
steak.
out everything that
you're
made
buying a
steak
shitty steak.
By my trusty co-host, Brian Campbell from CBS Sports. A lot to get to today, Brian. Before we do, how was your weekend, buddy?
Went down to the New Amsterdam, was talking to this yellow-haired girl, and Mr. Jones strikes up a conversation. It was good times,
I think we have a running tally today for your dumb 90s references. Have you seen the graphic for that?
I have.
Yeah, but it's time. We got our own place out in the city.
It is. From the Armageddon bomb shelter to the bomb diggity. This show's coming because we tell it like it is and how it could be, right?
Yeah.
How it was and, of course, how it should be. No punches pulled, no protecting sponsors. This is the real deal right here,
No protecting sponsors. Who would we be protecting?
I got dynamic fasteners on line one here. We're pending right now.
Condom
right?
deep.
But shout out to the fans for loving MK Ultra, right? Our whole crew now is lounging, celebrating every day.
No more public housing.
Public housing, unfortunately, but the show's still bringing. I think for me personally, knowing his wrestling background, I always thought his evolution or just to change himself to salvage his career was going to come through abstinence from banging. It was going to come from wrestling and mixing it up. Instead, you know what he's doing? He's taking what he does best and he's just ironing it out just a little bit. We've all had those girlfriends in college. You can't domesticate them. You want to bring them home to mom. You can't because they're here to bang. And this is ultimately what Gaethje did, only he says, I'm going to go into that cage. I'm still going to be promiscuous, but I'm going to wear protection and I'm going to set up my shots better and I'm going to be a little bit more crafty. Still the animal, still has power. And you asked me off the top before you went on a somewhat long-winded 5-minute start to the show, but I'm sure the viewers enjoyed it.
They did.
You said, what is he now? He's a legitimate title contender now.
Yeah. No, I've lost all interest. What about you?
If you offered me right now like a $2.99 pay-per-view.
Yeah, I'd pay for that.
I'd pay it just to see it, right?
Yeah.
It's sort of like when, 20 years into their career, some star like, she's got a nude scene. I got to go see that crappy movie, right? I got to see it. I just got to see it, right?
No.
Sometimes you just got to see it.
No, I don't do that. You're a creep.
Well, yeah. Speaking of nudity, 1995, you were there for opening night of Showgirls. You had to be. If you were a man and you could, and you had a driver's license, you were. I mean, first night Friday. I was a senior in high school.
14 at the time.
I think there was about 50 of us. It was a seminal moment.
You saw it in the theater?
Opening night first showing,
wow,
bro.
Dude,
like 7 p.m. Like there were dudes in my high school coming with me who were like fake IDing to get into that movie.
Dude, you are a D-gen. Holy
bro,
Jesus.
You're telling me? I mean,
you went to see that joint in the theater?
Did you not grow up watching Saved by the Bell?
I like how you treat it like it was a Star Wars opening. We were there opening night in costume.
Did you not grow up watching Saved by the Bell? Is this not the Super Bowl of your youth? How are you gonna get on that?
If I would like to watch pornography, I just go watch pornography. I don't need to watch an acting version of it.
It wasn't the internet in 1995, right? It wasn't the internet in 1995 to get.
Actually, there was, but okay, not in the way you're talking about it. Yes.
To peddle VHS tapes, it was a gross hobby, all right?
You think you need the internet for pornography, you amateur? I could have shown you the way.
You needed Cinemax Late Night Red Shoe Diaries on Showtime. Shout out on
Cinemax?
that one.
What are you? You watch like this is like that. I don't know what you want to call this. This is not pornography. Your pornography game sucks. We got to bring you up to speed.
Wow.
All right, here we go. What do you think?
Let's make that for the sizzle reel, please.
Whichever
I know
one
you
has-
don't connect with anybody you went to high school with because of the bad memories, but they probably
I
do
actually
the
saw
same
them
thing.
all over the weekend. See, you just don't understand me. I don't want to revisit the donks in high school, but the cool people I'm still cool with.
I bet you were a donk. I'm going to almost guarantee.
Bro, ready for this? I was a mathlete.
The puzzle pieces are coming together. No showgirls for you.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta get in where you fit in. All right. Is aerating your lawn really necessary? I ripped my hands apart after doing it for 4 hours
Is that
straight.
where you dig tiny holes in your lawn to let it air out to stop the weeds from growing? I've only been into this homeownership thing for 2 years, so
I couldn't tell you. Here's what I do to my lawn. I let it rot. You know why? I ain't got to mow shit. I don't have to do anything. I don't do any yard work. Are you one of these green thumb types?
No, my neighbor is, though. Shout out to my great neighbor who helps me out. But I just get it done. I'm serviceable. All right?
Okay, did I tell you what my neighbor did to me, and then we'll move on because the people in the back are having aneurysms about this. When I moved to my neighborhood, I live in Washington D.C., like in the city, and I was the tip of the spear of gentrification when I moved in. Okay, in the neighborhood that I'm in.
Just the tip, though, just for a second.
Anyway, so one way to keep out, people walking by because I'm between two metro stops was I put a fence on my yard. All right, now my neighborhood has radically transformed in the last 15 years. Okay, so it's much better now.
So it's not a ghetto, is what you're saying.
No, not now. But when I was there, I had people walk down the street with pumping shotguns. Like it was a whole thing. Anyway, okay, it's a true story. The guy came in and did the whole one-handed bit, like that. My neighbor, who she wins contests in gardening. She came by my door and she was like, "What would you say to the idea of you taking down your fence and I'll mind your yard for you?"
Wow.
And I was like, "Where's the shotgun?
That's the ultimate
Get off
insult.
my lawn."
That's the ultimate insult.
Yeah. And I was like, I would rather be shot in the face with liquid Ebola.
Wow,
than
you're
talk
that
to you.
guy in the neighborhood. I can see that.
No. I maintain the property. Like it's got grass and I pay a dude to cut it, but I'm not aerating my lawn. I'd rather die. I literally would rather die. I would rather die than aerate my lawn. So.
Okay.
Anyway, I told him. You can imagine what I told my neighbor. This one's iron. This one's steel. If this don't get ya, this one will.
Wow.
I pulled a Brian Campbell.
Yeah. And
Yay!
then you put your earphones back in and listen
All
to
right,
that.
man,
No one
go look at it.
No one wants to hear your nerd math anymore. Talk about that stuff.
Nerd
Put it up there. Let's go. Jeremy spoken, right?
No, that's not senior. That is
Clearly, I remember picking on the boy, right?
that is like 16. Look at that fresh face.
What are you
zero.
looking at? You looking up at the lights here? You get knocked out? What's going on here?
You know what I like? You know what I like about this one? First of all, F you. Second of all, the T-shirt underneath the shirt. That's
that's
very
mid
90s. It's very
I bet you had
90s.
a white college hat made by the Game that probably said like Buffs or
No, I
or
didn't
Cox
go
on
that
it.
far. I like how my mom was like, you know what? For a haircut, we're just gonna do nothing.
Hey, shout out to Lisa T. You slide in those DMs?
Actually, it's Lisa. I won't say her last name. I know her well. She actually lives. She's an attorney in D.C. now.
Oh, she's going to sue us for this. All right, that's great.
She too left Marietta.
Luke, who hurt you? You got to tell us what really happened.
Bro,
there,
I had a
right?
single mom. I had some choices to make, and they were not easy.
Yeah. For MMA, it's awful, and it just shows a lack of respect for the whole situation. And I know for a sport that's built off of just bleed, and we're fighting in a cage, there seems to be proper decorum among the fans for the most part. Normally, I know fights break out and alcohol is consumed, but you think the UFC should not go back for a while and just say, "Hey, you screwed yourself," or like penalize Mexico City and come back with like Woodley Maya 2 in the
There might be. Look, here's what you want to do.
I mean, Bisping's lucky he didn't take him down right there. I would just shoot the double leg if I'm Bisping.
By the way,
like settle down, son.
Credit
you know?
to Bisping. I'll let you finish. Credit to Bisping. After Yair just cursed at him, he didn't move a muscle. He stayed right in the pocket. My man Bisping knows what's up.
Well, one of the eyes doesn't work, so it was still.
Oh, you had to go there, didn't you?
All right. But hey, by the way, shout out to Herb Dean. He
Great
had
job.
a run lately where people started going, maybe is he getting a little washy as a ref? Is he losing his touch? No, he gave that fight every single opportunity. He controlled that cage, telling people where to go, telling doctors, no, you wait over there, okay? We got this much time left. You never really see a referee step up and control situations with that much, Mike Beltran will control his facial hair, really tighten that crap, but outside of that, Dean's on the ball.
Oh, we're not done yet. I have a little surprise for you.
Oh, no.
So
I'm sweaty enough here, Luke.
Yeah,
all
well,
right?
you know what? Let's add to that a little bit. So last week, you decided to do a little internet sleuthing. I got to tell you, I didn't do anything. The show was over, and I'm on my train ride back because I have the worst life ever. and I'm flipping through my DMs, and someone sends me this, and I said to myself, wow, the internet never loses. You got a picture of me in high school. Allow me to return the favor, ladies and gentlemen.
Boy.
Why don't you put that up here? Make that so it's a little more legible. Look at that part down the middle. Motherfucker, you look like a 19th century bank teller.
I can't defend this, Luke. You know, here's the deal. I was big into the Beatles.
Is this your high school picture, or is this your tryout for the Trenchcoat Mafia? What were you doing?
That's what I hate about the senior picture. You take that the summer after your junior year, so you're still kind of a young dog.
Dude, I just like that morning you got up and parted your hair in the middle.
No,
and like,
so I had
yeah, dude, I'm killing this
I had
shit.
some big salad because I was trying to be George Harrison at that point in my life. And,
killing the game, bro.
And I didn't know what to do with it, so my mom watered it down there. That was just not it's just not a good look.
The one thing I don't understand is the only thing it says at the bottom, I don't understand, it says Brian Campbell. Shouldn't it say McLovin somewhere in there?
I was much cooler than that picture suggests.
Yeah, I hope. Shit, you can only go, this is rock bottom.
I mean,
this is rock bottom.
Bro, Showgirls opening night. First showing, all right?
Oh, look at that. And you had the temerity to make fun of me. I was a nerd. I take no issue, my friend. You were the Voltron of nerds.
That guy's not pulling triggers though. Come on. The picture of you looking up, I don't know what headspace you were at, all right?
You mean not the Trenchcoat Mafia?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, as my friend
You
self-titled.
listen to Rammstein?
As my favorite MC self-titled would say, well, you were arguing who's getting the top of the bunk. I was arguing who's getting the Glock of the pump. I'm just saying, okay, my friend? All right. We have a lot to get to. Before we get to any of that, of course, please, as always, give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, donks, and share this around to anyone who you think might need to see it. Your mom, your dog, your friend, your neighbor, whoever. Please share it around. We always appreciate that.
You've been eating long enough now. Stop being greedy. Right?
Yes, DMX, very good. And you better be on your A game when you are the best if you're going to take on Sean Porter. He is a tough out for anybody.
Yeah, you let him in your house, somebody's getting knocked up. He's going to get inside.
You have to be.
If I go on the fruity side of the IPA and you got some extra ingredients in there, it just F's me up.
That's what you get for drinking IPAs.
Well, no.
So the premise of the question is things you can do. IPAs are for people. It's like
for people who have taste of craft and engineering.
It's for basic bitches, really, is who it's for.
That's the exact opposite of what a great IPA is.
No, that's exact. IPAs, there are a couple of good IPAs.
People who say there are a couple of good IPAs are people who don't drink IPAs and can't hear Jimmy and don't understand.
Plenty of IPAs. I tried.
Come to New England, Luke, the home of the IPA.
New England overrates their own microbreweries.
Okay, have you waited in line at Treehouse Brewing in Massachusetts
I can name 1,000
and tasted the sauce?
Do you understand why IPAs are so ubiquitous across microbreweries?
Because you're drinking shitty ones off the store shelf in DC, and you think that speaks for the whole wide range,
you do not know what I do.
You don't know who you're speaking to.
You don't know who you clearly do not know the depth to which we can take this conversation. Dude, what happened about 10 years ago was there was a hops race among beer makers. What they tried to do was just dump it in there. So for example, remember 10 years ago when they had like Dogfish Head, 90-minute IPA, then they had 120-minute IPA? Do you know why they made 120 minutes? Just to go like this in all their customers' faces. And you were first in line, I guarantee, being like, this hop tastes great, this is really good. It's just an arms race. Now what they've done more recently is, to your point, they've incorporated more floral and fruity elements. They've dialed way back on the number of hops.
There are levels to this.
There are Belgian, there's a one.
I'm only talking about the top shelf right now.
I understand. I'll give a shout out to them. There is a brewery in my own neighborhood called Right Proper. They make a Belgian style IPA that is phenomenal. Don't misunderstand me.
First of all, if you're drinking Belgian style IPA, you're an asshole, because Belgian's the worst.
Whoa, I'm a huge asshole.
Worst style of beer. I mean, why don't we just put
Belgian style? Are you kidding?
Why don't we put a stick of butter inside the bottle here and like?
You don't like Belgian style? You mean the world leaders in beer making? Are you out of your fucking mind?
Belgian style is the worst.
I was getting on him for like a Nickelback. You are Nickelback.
Stand and fight that, okay?
You have the Nickelback of beer pallets.
Number two, dude, come to New England, all right? Go to, you know what I'm saying? Go to Vermont, go to Maine, like get the real IPAs, and then.
Dude, you are the guy who shows up with the frozen octagon pizza, and you think that shit is. That shit is slamming, don't you?
You're not the real.
If you don't like Belgian beers, there is no hope for you. You are vermin.
I mean, I have taste for actual craft beer.
You don't have taste for anything. They are the world leaders. Dude, Trappist beer made by the monks.
You get off on this stuff.
Well, I see you smirking. Here's the thing. I know I tweeted 1,000 tweets about it over the weekend, which I'm sure had to be annoying. But as I said on Twitter, I don't deny that my ADCC tweets were annoying. This is what you donkeys get for your pro wrestling tweets.
This is like embryonic fighting.
So many MMA journos just flood Twitter with their dumb ass. pro wrestling tweets, and I was flooding with my dumbass ADCC tweets. My tweets are just as bad.
What's worse?
They're just as bad.
Me watching simulated fighting that's theater with pomp and circumstance and acting and all, and toughness and athleticism, or are you watching embryonic fighting that's like, let me create a new genre of adult films, all we do is kiss? It's called the Hallmark Channel. I already have that one. When are we going to see some action here, you know? No, nothing.
No wonder you don't like Belgian beers, you Philistine. No wonder. You got the palate of a toddler.
All right, we're in Glory.
This was
Alex Pineda.
He last guy to knock out Anderson Silva. He became the first Glory champ.
Oh, champ in Glory. Call him Chris Hansen because he just learned how to catch a predator right there, Luke. Oh, Chris Hansen, I was just here to have pizza with the girl. Bro, she's 13. You're a dirt hole, all right? You'll be doing time with the Subway guy. What a performance here from Alex Pereira.
Why am I not surprised you have watched endless hours of To Catch a Predator?
Look at this. Oh, Blues Traveler taught me that the hook will bring you back. That guy's not coming back, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You like that? You get down on that?
Your 90s references.
Is Todd Grisham on that Glory call?
Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it around. We're in our nascent growth stage. We need all the help we can get in terms of getting the word out. Always appreciate.
Yeah, tell your friends and let all your hoes be loyal. Is that what you say at the end?
No, that's not what I would say. I don't want to get fired. Okay, so for Brian Campbell, I'm Luke Thomas. Until next time, may all of your gains be loyal. Back from his sunny vacation south of the border is Brian Campbell from CBS Sports and many other places. How was it, good sir?
South of the border, that implies Mexico. I was in Jamaica, you know? You know what I'm saying? You know what part of Jamaica I was in?
No, I do not.
Right near the beach. A boy! No?
You're fired.
Okay. All right.
For me, jury's still out. What about you?
She's back, and like this show, like
I back.
me in this
I
chair.
back.
I back, baby. She's back with a bang. Now, some of y'all might get with this, and some of y'all won't. But listen, you know the next slide. My point on this is above your boy, Brian Campbell from CBS Sports and the State of Combat podcast. And no, that is not Luke Thomas. He is enjoying right now an Escobarian holiday in the nation of Colombia. But he could be dancing with Mr. Brownstone for all we know, Chuck.
You know he is.
All right, but to keep the GNR references going, you used to do a little on this show.
Right out of the gate.
And the little wouldn't do it, but the little got more and more. It's the athletics. Chuck Mindenhall, the man in the damn hat.
Yeah.
I love what you're doing for us on the show, all right? Welcome back.
I'm happy to be back, man.
He is an overnight success. 10, 15 years in the making, Brian Campbell, but he finally hit it. It is awe-inspiring to watch him, man. And he has
And he's
done
so
it
humble.
by the sweat of his brow.
Yeah.
By the sweat of his brow. Never got a handout, never got an easy push, never got, some kind of like, he ain't no fortunate son, right? He's not somebody who was like
It ain't me,
with a name or how do you feel about the recent success of new heavyweight prospects with names like, is it Gane or Gain? Or Gone?
Gone, I believe.
Gone. Pavlovich, Jair, Rosenstruck, Spivak, Hardy, and DeCastro. Who do you think will make the biggest impact? Is there a name not listed that comes to mind? Got to be Gone or Gain, however you say.
Yeah, that's the name that jumps out on that.
Dude, that guy he fought. Do you know the guy he fought? I forget his name now. I apologize, but he was on Contender Series 3 different times. I saw his most recent one. This is another guy. Credit to him. Perseverant, just trying to get better and better and better, and he did. And then he goes up against a guy like Cyril Gane, who just clearly looked like naturally a level above.
Gone in 60 seconds, gotcha, yeah. Did what's his name get you out of you the other day?
Who?
These nuts.
You're so stupid.
I mean, just walked right into it. I mean,
You are a stupid.
I even stumbled through it. I was so excited to get that out.
You need to sign your BOFA papers.
Wow. All right.
You know what the BOFA papers are?
I don't.
BOFA these nuts, bitch.
Oh, wow.
Cut off and everything.
You think the show's over, but we actually have a surprise, all right? Because the donks
I've been
out there,
clued into your
the
surprise.
donks out there won't let me rest. They're sending me pictures of you. So there's the high school Luke Thomas.
God.
But here's the donk evolution. Is this post Marines?
This is
Mad at life?
Yeah, this is that was a bad time in my life.
But look at the evolution here from wide-eyed teenager pre-Jeremy Pearl Jam to like I might kill you by accident.
I look like a hairless
Thinking
cat.
of transformations, it brought to mind a great, not great, a horrible 90s physical and mental transformation.
Oh.
It's very, Jay, in the back, can you hit us with it? It's very Remy and higher learning. I mean, look at that. It's like right on right there, you know? Have you ever called somebody Malik? I mean, this is
Dude,
wow.
higher learning, that's an old school reference.
That's an intense ass movie, but that's the first thing I think of when I see that bald head angry Luke.
You know what, though? That's not nearly as good as Jaime Escalante Stand and Deliver, my second reference to that. You know what, though? I have a surprise for you.
No.
Oh, yes, I do, Don.
no.
You see, here's what happened. Let me tell you the story. You look like the third shittiest Paul brother between Logan and Jake.
That's
You're a poor man's Logan Paul. Dude, what the fuck were you doing with that headband? You walked out of the house with a headband being like, yo, I'm killing it, son.
So there's a story behind that picture. Remember when Breathe Right strips were popular?
I wear them every night.
I had one.
I literally wear them every night.
All right, I had one on in there, and I wrote our boys cross country team slogan of TAB, which stands for
The asshole boys?
Tits, Ass, and Bush. But it got around that to the yearbook editor, Mrs. DeStasio. It got around to her that might be what it was. So she pulled me out of class. She said, "We can't run your cross country senior picture in the yearbook because we hear bad things." What is TAB? She says. I said, "Oh, it's an old soda." She goes, "No. What is TAB?" And in the moment,
Did you have the dots after the letters?
No. Yeah.
Okay.
And in the moment, I go training, attitude, and balls because that's what we're about on the cross country.
And this is what she say.
She was like, "All right."
She let it roll?
She let it roll.
ride?
We're realists. We're going to be real. By the way, we're building an army of crazy fanatics. People are sliding in my Instagram DMs, giving me pictures of the Shevchenko sisters, like I'm not already in a relationship with their Instagram pages right now.
Well, he's weird. Keep telling folks about it. Keep subscribing. Help us get there. The bigger that this gets, the more stuff we can do. Right now, we're stuck in someone's basement. They're going to put a ball gag on him like the dude from Pulp Fiction here in 5 minutes.
Luke's 90s reference, all right.
Get the ball gag out of Brian Campbell's mouth. Let's do some other things. You keep subscribing. You keep telling folks about us. You never know
We
what's
may end up in your basement, you know what I'm saying? But Chuck, you're becoming like part of this
stand in
family,
this
bro,
set, that's
okay?
fine. Yeah.
In terms of like internet and TV show history, you're probably the greatest acquisition since Beverly Hills 90210 replaced Shannon Doherty with Kelly Kapowski. Remember that post-surgery?
I do remember. I do remember.
Yeah, business was moving up after that, if you know where I'm going with that.
Look at you go, man.
Wow. Well,
this guy comes in on a red eye and he still has his 90s references ready to fly. I like
let me
that.
just set the stage here. This will be a shit show. We got a lot to talk about.
Favorite show.
Like, there's certain topics the fans need to hear
That's
about.
true.
If Valentina Shevchenko is going to change her hair color, Chuck Mindenhall is going to come in here on Monday morning and give you a breakdown. Go ahead, Chuck.
She looks good with that. Was it like auburn hair? I like
Yeah.
that. It looks very good.
kinda feel like-
I saw her on at Luke's thing on social media. He had
Nice.
some kind of event and she was there and she looked good.
I kind of feel
She
like
looked good.
amber is the color of her energy
Yeah.
too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. How about
well-
that? All right, enough of the BS. Let's put that
All right.
away. Are you ready? And then you had Kevin Lee moving back down to lightweight and getting a highlight reel knockout. Chuck, you want to see a dead body against
Jesus,
Gregor
man.
Gillespie? Chuck,
Oh, that was
they both
brutal.
went all in. Both could
Yeah.
not have afforded a loss here. Thank everybody for checking us out, staying with us. Look, we're the real, right?
We are the real.
We bring it. We bring
Yes.
it. We don't pull any of those punches, okay?
Yeah.
We are bringing it. We are getting into your ear holes. We are changing lives. We are brainwashing you MK Ultra style. So continue to come back for more. We want to take this thing to the top, brother, okay? I bet you never knew, but now you know. We're the undisputed kings of this combat disco. For Chuck Mindenhall, you can't follow that. You cannot follow that. For Chuck Mindenhall, it's your boy BC. We're out of here.
Get some rest, my friend.
Oh, may your host stay loyal, all that good stuff. Thank you. I'm out. That's it. I'm done. I'm done.
Here's what you're going to get. You're going to get a 30-day free trial, right? You can get it for free. You can try it for free. For 30 days, you go to showtime.com/try30. You can see all the information there at the bottom of your screen. Use the code COMBAT and you can give it a look. You can start it. And by the way, after the Sonny Liston documentary airs on Friday, it'll be a Showbox presentation, live boxing right after
Please
that.
support the MK. Showtime is the label that pays, man. So, everybody's got their cup, but nobody's pitching in. It's time to give back to the good brothers here at the MK.
I'm going to put, in any event, did you miss me last week?
Yeah.
Fuck you. Yes, you
but
did.
I think really we got to be careful here. You know, the
What
great
happened?
Chuck Mindenhall has been able to slide right into the DMs of this bunker, but man, the people love him. You're really one pulled ankle, STD, extended absence away from not coming back because the people, they love him. Some Chucky M there. You know, you
Chuck
gotta
is
give it up to
great,
him.
but he ain't got what we got. It's you and me, baby.
Yeah,
Bonnie and Clyde.
yeah,
I'll be
that's
Bonnie.
But it takes a select person to be able to sit in this undisclosed location in NDW Jers where I heard many murders occur.
Plenty is actually the lyrics. Plenty of murders occurs. What is your level of fatigue with his I'm in sometimes, I'm out sometimes, and how capricious it all seems?
Pretty high overall because like everybody else, we just sat through 3-year layoff at the peak of his physical and commercial prime and he did essentially nothing with it. So I'm pretty fatigued. But look, you gotta understand the mind of Nate Diaz, which we'll never understand. Like there's questions that we'll never have answers to, right? How do you talk to an angel? How do you hold her close to where you are? And what the hell is Nate Diaz thinking, right? I mean, the heights of that are absurd. So
It's like the Diaz brothers are allowed to feel the way they're allowed to feel, and the UFC's allowed to feel the way they're allowed to feel. Well, so are we. So are we. So are we, the consumers of the Diaz product. We are allowed to feel the way we feel, which is as much as I am sympathetic to them, and truly I mean that, they have been done wrong for a very long time. I've been saying it for years. They made a title for the guy, man. Like, it's like on some level, I don't know. I don't know how you appease them. I
hear you. I mean, how do you appease a guy who smokes 2 joints in the morning, smokes 2 joints at night, right?
You're here.
Smokes 2 joints in time of peace and 2 in time of war. I mean, like this guy.
In the course of the commission's actions, he just cannot find, it seems anyway,
hey, Habib,
common ground.
DTA, brother. Don't trust anybody, right? I mean, industry rule number 4080. Most athletic commissions are shady. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I had Jay in my ear, so I'm glad I missed your little nursery rhyme.
Oh, wow.
In any event, with that being said...
All right, let's go to, did you see KSW 51 over the weekend in Zagreb? The legend is back!
Mariusz Pudzianowski, bitches!
42-year-old Puja. Look, this looks like a bad Tinder date at the end. Look at this. Wow! He's back.
Don't you mean Grindr?
Grindr, I just met her. But look at the way he goes right to full mount there with the
So
advertisement
stupid.
on it.
30 days
Best
free.
month of your life. You don't want to miss that. You want to close by throwing out a diss track at all of our competitors? You want to hit them up?
We don't have competitors.
Don't one of y'all got sickle cell or something, right? All right, okay. I guess I was alone in the 90s. Sorry, had a good run, all right?
Oh, have you been watching any of the new Disney Plus programs? Maybe a little The Mandalorian.
I have friends who have pirated those episodes, so I'm setting up a time with my sons to sit down
Are
and
you
really
that
have a bonding
cheap, seriously?
experience, you know? I don't work for them anymore. There was a time, though. We had a good run.
Who gives a shit? Just pay for the service. It's cheap if
Do
you
you know
buy
how
the
many
year.
services I'm paying for?
How many services are you paying for?
Many
List them. Let's hear it. Then we'll get a show started. How many are you using?
WWE Network, DAZN, Showtime, YouTube TV.
You can do Showtime through
Netflix,
YouTube TV.
Hulu.
Netflix. You told me before the show you didn't have Netflix, liar.
I said I had it. I said I just watch too much wrestling. I don't have time, all right? But look, Luke can talk about my personal life. These people want to talk about MMA and boxing, and they
No,
need
they
to
don't.
understand something, okay?
No, they don't.
This show is realer than real deal. Holyfield. So all your hookers and hoes know how we feel. We bring it, unlike any other, Luke, okay?
I like how you. I like how when you put them in normally in the conversation. Well, normally, such as one can say that. I enjoy it. When you do the prep for the opening like this.
Oh, it's right off the dome.
No,
right
no
off
me
the top
gusta.
of the
No, I
dome.
don't believe you.
I'm trying to get people to hit that subscribe button, Luke, okay?
What on earth was the value here?
Well, I think there's 3 indisputable facts about MMA that we really have to get down to the bottom. Number 1, Joanna was right. Brett Okamoto is the best looking MMA journalist. And this card sucked the horn. You know what I'm saying? Oh, the third one, Epstein didn't kill himself. But, I mean, this was just bad.
That comes from fascist websites, by the way.
Not only was it just a bad card, but...
Don't make it, I don't.
I didn't mean to open the show and be a hater, by the way. I didn't mean to do that, okay?
You didn't mean to? That's in your blood. That's how your middle name is hater.
I'm the, I'm the nice guy of this pair.
Are you?
Of this duo, yeah.
You're the nice guy of the duo, but you have that occasional moment where you get all Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde
the
on
4
us.
right chords could make me cry, look, you know what I'm saying?
Please die. All right, let's move on to the next one. Yeah, I'm about to say.
Maymac is a once-in-a-lifetime phenomenon.
But even that wasn't real. That had other appeal, like let's just do strange shit and make money doing it. And you're like,
yeah, but
okay.
the idea of having 2 in the same sport at that level of stardom to cross paths.
Okay, but in terms of a fight, people who thought it was competitive got finessed. Let's just be real about that, okay? Now there
You're talking
are.
about Brendan Schaub or no?
Did he actually ever pick Conor? I actually think.
Yes, he did.
No, I don't think he did.
I
Actually,
think he did. But
I think he picked Mayweather.
Can we phone a friend and get Brendan Schaub in here and make him stand up for his sins?
Jay is saying that Brendan picked Conor, in which case I have to have a talk with Brendan about that. All right, but here,
Pour one out for that.
let me make a point. Basically, what you want is MMA fighters who are good to not be involved, and you want 2 charlatans to fuck each other up in short order, right?
Isn't that what 40% of the audience wants? I'm just saying, right?
Yeah, but I don't care what they want. I mean, I care what I want, right? They don't care what I want, so I don't care what they want.
Wow.
It's the reality. People, for example, I tweeted.
I know that you want it that way, but tell me
Hold
why,
on.
right?
Matt?
The joke. Matt Hamill heard that. It was so loud. That was the joke, Luke. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I heard your joke.
What?
Did you not watch
Have you ever
this?
seen a reaction like that?
No,
That's
never.
bad.
Never.
man.
I've seen twitching with the feet. I've never seen twitching with the head
That
and
looks like
neck.
Night at the Roxbury. I mean, that's just not good.
Dude, that is so bad. That is so bad.
wow.
It is Monday, the 25th of November, 2019, and it is time for Morning Kombat. Hello, everyone. My name is Luke Thomas. I'm the host of this program, next to my trusty steed and co-host from CBS Sports, as well as many other places, I think, the one and only Brian Campbell. Hi, Brian. How are you?
Fired up, man. I'm packed in. I'm holding. I'm smiling. I'm living. I'm golden. Let's rock this house.
Which
right?
90s reference is this?
Oh, come on.
I don't know.
Come on. All right. Well, I wonder what life you lived in the 90s often, to be honest with you.
I was in high school.
All right. fine.
Apparently, I'm being told it's third eye blind, which makes you lame.
I mean, going by your music choices, I just got to ask you, where were you while we were getting high? You know what I mean? Because
I do like Oasis. I do like Oasis.
Right.
Yeah, I went to the Cannibal Corpse concert yesterday.
We'll get into that. You want to, you know?
His whole style is predicated on I have to be so much better than you that I can do, the robot and then knock you out. If someone's really good, he can't do all those things. He just becomes something a little bit less.
I mean, you don't have to fight guys we never heard of. There's a caveman Rickles level, right? If you fought maybe a little bit better, I mean, that was basically Anderson Silva, Forrest Griffin, that fight.
Yeah.
That was fun, right? I like the way he worked it. No diggity.
No doubt.
I'd like to bag it up.
God, you sicken me. All right, well, speaking of things I'm sickened by.
No, everything is fair when you're living in the city and all you have to do is get on a subway to get to where you're going. But I wake up this morning and I look out the window. It's like 3 inches of snow and ice. I mean,
Same here. We live in the same state, man.
I mean, I look in the mirror. I'm like, is it worth it?
But you know who didn't make it here?
Let me work it, right? I put my thing down. I flipped it and I reversed it. What were you saying?
I said, you know who didn't make it here?
I got up there to make it happen for the dedication for this show. 5:30 a.m. I'm out there plowing through lines of white powder like it's fight week for the first Gustafson fight. You know what I mean? Like I'm out there getting the job done.
Man. Yeah.
To get in here, Luke, because it's still real to me, damn it. But like Snow, we are the Combat Sports Informers, right? I lick your bum bum down.
There he
and
goes.
Look,
Have an 8 space,
Now, Overeem's been around forever. 39 years old. Did make Stipe tap once, but he is on a 2-fight win streak. Maybe not against household names unless you live in the Dagestan Caucasus area. But this is the right test. Hello. All right here. By the way, shout out to the T today.
Amoeba.
A little Amoeba music action.
Yeah.
I got.
What you got there?
I want you to know that somebody tell Zhang Weili, that boogie woman is coming.
Here we go.
And I don't know if you've been on her
Here we
IG
go.
page, but she may not be the only one. All right, let's hit it up with these questions. What would stop? Because in modern combat sports, like Andy Ruiz is finding out, you got to beat the big name champion twice to actually be the real champion. So what would stop?
Maybe like a 3-round domination where one of the rounds is maybe even almost a 10-8 and he puts him away in the 4th. Like something that was so one-sided.
That would send Johnny Bones away for like 6 months.
Like
to get
something
his
where
head
you're
straight.
like, you would not be interested in a rematch. You're like, he had nothing to offer Dominic Reyes. Something like that would be a case for it.
Maybe have the fight at that intersection in Albuquerque so John will run the whole time.
Yeah.
Too soon?
Too soon.
All right, yeah. Interesting.
I like that you go to these
question.
places.
No, I'll go into the dark. I'll go to the deep dark depths. I'll follow you into the dark there. All right.
White hair.
I think she would have tapped her. Maybe a couple more seconds, put her to sleep, right?
That's amazing. I like the people
That chick in the
rushing
black's
it.
got to feel
Rather than helping somebody's filming this, so
I
they
know.
go, people are...
The chick in the black pat's got to feel like Chael Sonnen there around 5, right? Like I've come this far to victory, and this is what
I wish I
happens.
knew what prompted this. I mean, you kind of get the gist just watching it.
But I do want to say, why should they subscribe? Because we are changing the fight talk game. We're making combat new, and to be honest, it's up to us as a people to start making some changes in this combat talk game, right? Change the way we eat, change the way we treat each other, stop being cringy. The old way wasn't working. So it's on us to do what we got to do.
Old and busted.
To survive.
Old and busted, new hotness is what's happening.
Look at Jamal Charlo on the left, and look at Shock G Humpty Hump on the right. Wow.
Do the Humpty Hump. Oh, that is
You know the guy on the
awesome.
right sang on Do What You Like, and
Dude,
if you missed it,
do you
he's the one who
understand-
said
do you
just
understand-
grab him in the biscuits.
Do you understand that anyone 20 years old doesn't know who the guy on the right is?
Yeah, but that's a fantastic resemblance right there.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah.
Lions only, brother.
Lions only.
And that wasn't the only mouthpiece that flew this weekend. I'm going to take you to Aruba Fighting Championships. Are you ready for this?
That sounds legit.
John Mark Howell. Look at this uppercut from hell, sending the mouthpiece flying.
Dude, sending the mouthpiece, that's like getting the bloody nose on the deadlift.
Yeah.
That's a nice little
ever go to
champagne
Aruba?
cork being popped. Huh?
You ever go to Aruba?
No, my wife went. She said it's super overrated.
I once studied abroad there.
That sounds about right.
Then I married her. All right, let's keep it rolling this week. Luke, we take our MMA.
You're so dumb.
We take our MMA music. Look at the in-fight entertainment
Dude,
between fights here.
Honestly, can we agree there's nothing like Eastern European
There's
MMA?
nothing like that. Is this a sequel to Eyes Wide Shut? What is going on here? I feel like I should be walking around pantsless with Deontay Wilder's mask.
Who is
Look,
the
this
audience
great.
where this is the intersection with MMA that they like?
Is that Nicole Kidman on the left? This is fantastic.
I never saw that movie.
I'm kind of pitching a 10 under the table here. This is not bad. Wow, what are they fighting in? Is that the basement where Kimbo Slice fought Sean Gannon?
No, our studio is next door.
Jay, are you in my ear right now?
saying dumb shit, I'm sure.
Oh, look at this referee outfit. What is he? Is he serving tables at the country club where Daniel LaRusso spilled the spaghetti on him?
This guy was bussing dishes just before this.
But look at this guy's commitment to the body, man. Your body is banging, baby. You know, how do you want it?
It's like, this is what I love about MMA. It's not merely that you have ascendant fighters like Whitaker and Hooker and Adesanya and Volkanovski and all these guys from the Oceania region. It's that in the case of City Kickboxing, dude, do you remember what Ronda Rousey did for the women's game, where she came in there and she was just thrashing people?
Where Ronda Rousey's fine ass at, right?
Why do you gotta be so weird? She was.
I like his identity at 135.
The only thing is, this is just a speculative point. I literally have no information to this effect. People talk about why he abandons the leg kicks. He does it a little bit, not hardly much anymore. My belief is not that is a technical evolution. I mean, I'm sure that's part of it, right? He wants to use his hands a little bit more and doesn't want to kickbox, likes the weapons there. I'm guessing there's some kind of injury or some kind of physical limitation from years of wear and tear.
Doesn't that seem like a method that slowly goes away with age? Do you have to use more cardio to be able to keep up a high kick?
But he doesn't have a Volkanovski in and out, side to side style. He likes to plant and then throw.
I mean, look at Weinstein. Guys get very handsy with age, right? You don't see the kicks as much.
You're the worst person in America. Osama bin Campbell is who your name is from now on.
All right.
All right. But
all right, let's move on. Let's go to high school girls taekwondo, okay? Show me send the fence. Oh my God! Show me take the soul. Look at this rolling thunder shit.
Whoa!
Wow!
Whoa! Hold that.
Oh my God! I'm not here to cheer on a young girl getting KO'd, but
good
wow!
Lord!
You know what I like about high school girls, by the way?
Oh, here we go. Please don't get us fired.
Because I get older and they stay the same age.
You are. Please don't get us fired.
Great movie.
Please don't get us fired. I'm begging you.
All right.
That's not a 90s counter. That's Dazed and Confused. It's like 80s.
No, it's 90s, bro. Okay, thank you.
What year is it? Oh, hold on.
95, all right? Come on.
Dazed and Confused came out in 95?
I think it came out in 94. I watched it for the first time in 96. But,
Dazed.
It was not a hit in the theaters. It became a cult, VHS type of deal.
Dazed and Confused. 93. Fucking barely.
Yes. All right, we're going to roll on here since Luke is ruining the fun in this segment here.
That's what I do.
That's a good finish right there, right, Luke?
Does he have a gun tattoo on his back? What's your favorite Shevchenko tattoo? That's a good question, right?
People are all over my DMs. People need to back off now. It's getting a little.
It's got to be the Glock she has tattooed on there, right?
Did you see her? She bought a new safe. Did you see her on Instagram? She's got guns. She's a little bit too dangerous for me.
Yeah.
Okay? I'll just stay at the Instagram level. I'll just continue.
She's like Jorge to Connor. A little too much. Too much for you.
Too much, but I can respect from a distance by myself alone. Thank you.
Did your wife know you have a thing for Shevchenko? Did your wife watch the show?
No.
No?
No. She doesn't like fighting. Come on. We got one more for you, Luke. I don't know, but hey, we have great listeners, viewers. Followers.
Yeah.
Well, some people listen to us. Shout out to Seth Neiman, who puts that up every week. It's Seth Neiman. I met so many of them in Las Vegas this weekend, and they are passionate and they are creepy.
Yeah.
And a lot of them just yelled "fuck Luke" from a distance.
Yeah, they love that.
I'd be doing a live hit on CBS Sports HQ, being like, "Yeah, this week," and then from the distance, just "F Luke," just coming left and right.
What do you think the reason for that is? Be honest, I don't care.
Yeah. I mean,
answer the question, Brian Campbell.
Why do they hate you? Is this really what you want me to get into?
Yes. Say it out loud.
Because you're an unabashed, unapologetic know-it-all.
Yep.
Who doesn't enjoy other people's opinions or thoughts. Yes.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Very astute.
Yeah.
Very astute.
Yeah.
But I don't mind you saying that out loud. It's fine.
I mean, you're an absolute jaghole. Let's be honest, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
a little bit.
All right.
A little bit. You went a little far with that one. That was a little insulting.
Okay.
That was a little insulting. But I did call you Box Cutter Campbell, so it's okay. All right.
But Henry could probably claim is he might have the best 2 wins of the year combined together. I thought the best win
against Dillashaw and then this.
I thought the best win of the year was Adesanya over Whitaker. I thought that was the most valuable, most impressive. That's part of the currency why I'm arguing Adesanya as your fight of the year. I have no problem with anybody picking Jorge. Cejudo, though, for the 2 fights he did fight in that 6-month stretch, it's pretty damn.
All right, we got to move along here. But number 4 was Tech Bros taking L. Did you follow the story?
No. First of all, you putting that beer through college? What's going on?
Yeah, I am. It's cold. It's still cold. Here.
So I wanted to commemorate this moment of Polish regional MMA finally coming to the forefront. Tip-on-tip reality. It's a lifestyle. It's a movement, Luke. And really for this set's history, although a woman on the train did ruin my project here to you, I wanted to commemorate this moment.
Is this real?
In loving memory, Luke. Tip on tip, 2019 and forever.
Did you really have a broken frame?
Well, here's the deal on my train ride in from hell. A lady sat on it. It's a true story. It happened.
Are you shitting me?
But I can buy a cheap frame to replace that. Luke, this is really what it's all about. This is my moment of the year because it's not
Are they
just
also
the
smooching? I don't know.
Well,
if I
here's the
noticed that
deal.
before.
It's not.
Oh my God. I mean, look at
broken
this.
glass everywhere. It's not just the intensity of what's going on down below that, of course, you're fixated on. Check out the heart that they formed right here, because really fighting and loving, there's a thin line between them. The intensity here. This is our Jay right here. This girl. This is like really, Luke. This is you and I, and this is the spirit of what we bring to the show. Intensity. In your face, the yin, the yang, the ding, and the dong.
We should have started drinking.
And we really
before the
should.
show. I don't understand what that was supposed to
Anytime
show.
you mix MMA versus boxing, people will come because there's a curiosity, but you have to understand they were able to sell that McGregor had a chance to half of the people on the globe, including Brendan Schaub.
Taking shots at Brendan.
Well, look,
I thought he always picked Mayweather in the end.
No.
I thought his whole argument was Mayweather will win, but Conor
Look,
has a
in
much
respect
better
to
chance.
Brendan Schaub, Conor was on such a ride of magic, and I know people hate when I say that. Right, and you look at the scouting report, what the hell's magic? He was on such
it
a
was
ride of doing what he said he would do, and Mayweather was 2 years removed from retirement, so there was sort of that question mark. I was never going to pick McGregor or think. I'm just saying, you had an ability to fool the public. No one's going to believe Masvidal could beat Canelo.
I'm going to show this to Brendan, see what he thinks. I could have sworn he picked.
You trying to set up a rolling session between me and Brendan?
We're going to see what. Bro, come on. He was fucking smoking like salmon.
I was
Come
talking
on.
about smoking. All right, here we go. All right, let's keep going because we're gonna have just enough time for Have You Seen This Shit?
We don't have time for Have You Seen This Shit, dude. I have shit to do.
Look, I will get you.
By the way, didn't we not agree yesterday on the show call? We're not going to do
That's
Have
the
You Seen
thing.
This Shit?
What makes this show good is the constant tension of power between us. It's like
There is no tension.
It's like the last of the line for Guns N' Roses. Remember Axl? Axl wanted to basically become Elton John. He wanted piano-driven rock, and Slash and the other guys were like, "What the hell are you doing, dude? We're grimy rock stars."
Okay.
That's you and I right now.
Someone has producer credits, someone doesn't. King.J.
Do you see him draw that sword
Yeah.
like he's Iron Sheik in '84? That's great.
King. The next one, Edwin's Picture asks, what are your tips for a first date?
I haven't had many first dates that have gone all the way to the tip. You? You may come as a shock. I wasn't a great dater,
How'd you meet your wife?
MySpace.
No way.
She hates when I tell that story, though.
Who cares? In this modern age, no one gives a shit anymore.
The ring's on. Who cares at this point?
That's pretty cool. All right.
Yeah, what about you? You at a protest or a
Protest.
you rally around the family with a pocket full of shells or what?
No. We used to work together briefly. But
Corrections Institute?
oh shit, that'd be awesome, wouldn't it?
All right, we got a card here from.
Let me see. We
from
got to show it to me
Ireland.
too. Hold on. Hold on. There's room for everyone on the nice list, even you.
Shout out to Elf.
And this is where you get AIDS.
Oh, wow, look at this. To Luke and Brian, thanks for all the great content in 2019. Can't believe it's free.
Yeah.
Morning Kombat is an outstanding show. I'd say more nice things, but Jay is in my ear telling me to finish up. God. Have a great Christmas and superb 2020. All the best, Des from Cork, Ireland.
That is great.
Bitch, we are worldwide right
That
now, all
is
right?
great.
That's what I'm talking about right there.
Wow, what a
Des,
card.
our number one fan.
And that really is real, man. Like the postage on this thing, that's real.
I love that shit, all right?
How come they gave it to you and not to me?
Luke, we can't have a show unless we have people so.
Also, how did he find the fucking address?
That's a good point. This is a
little unusual,
This is a
right?
random bunker here in Jersey. Did he find the actual address?
Bro, he got it right on the, like, he got it down on perfectly.
He must have called somebody, or I don't know. Maybe he's
a little sketch.
Maybe he's watching us right now from your laptop viewfinder. Maybe that little
Maybe.
hole at the
It's a
top.
nice card, though.
All right.